There are some players who always play like seasoned pros each time they step on the pitch. You watch them go and you would think they have been playing at the highest level for over a decade now, but some of these guys only just broke out in very recent years, and you might be shocked to see how many of your favourite players belong in this category. These are 10 players you wouldn't believe were playing in lower leagues in 2020. We'll start with David Raya. He's arguably the best goalkeeper in the Premier League right now. The Spaniard is on his way to his third straight Premier League Golden Glove and may even be going for the record soon, but not long ago he was still playing in the second division of English football. In fact, Raya did not play a single Premier League game until 2021, when he gained promotion to the top flight with Brentford. In his second season in the top flight, he made everyone start to wonder how he had been playing in the lower leagues the whole time, after he topped the league for saves and save percentage in the 2022-23 season, the first goalkeeper to do that since, at least, the 2003-2004 season. Arsenal saw that and knew they had to sign him immediately, and well, the rest, as they say, is history. And Raya is not even the only Arsenal player on this list. Can you guess who the other guys are? Take a shot in the comments, we'll see if you're right soon. While you're there, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content. Now, let's talk about Ollie Watkins. This guy has been one of the best strikers in the Premier League over the last 3 years. Just last year, he won the Premier League Playmaker of the Year award while finishing in the top 5 of the highest goalscorers chart. He then went on to score the goal that sent England to the Euros final. So he indeed is a top player. But as recently as 2020, this guy was still playing in the lower leagues. He was with Brentford at the time and finished as the Championship's second highest goalscorer. He led the London club to the playoff final in 2020, but after they lost and failed to secure promotion to the Premier League, he left and joined Aston Villa. That was where he got his first taste of top-flight football. Pretty surprising, isn't it? There's a couple more former Brentford men on this list, but before we talk about them, let's first talk about Jarrod Bowen. He's a full England international now and has a European final winning goal on his CV, but just 5 years ago, he was still playing in the EFL Championship. Back then, he was plying his trade with Hull City, but he left very early in the year, moving to West Ham in January 2020. When you look at how recently he moved to the Premier League, you begin to see how much progress he has made in a seemingly short period of time. From playing in the second tier of English football as recently as the 2019-20 season, Bowen became the first Englishman to score in a major European final in 29 years in 2023. And now, he's the captain of West Ham. Now, one of the other former Brentford men on this list is none other than Bryan Mbeumo. Right now, he's playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world and is on fire there, having recently been named Premier League Player of the Month. In fact, just last season, he finished as the league's 4th highest goalscorer. But in 2020, he was still in the Championship. He joined Brentford in 2019, and at that time he still hadn't had a taste of top-flight football as he was coming from Troyes, who were playing in the second tier of French football at the time. He helped Brentford reach back-to-back playoff finals, eventually helping them gain promotion to the Premier League in 2021. He came to the English top flight, proved himself to the world, which then earned him his big move in the summer. But with how good and clinical Mbeumo is, and has been for years, it's pretty shocking to think that he did not play First Division football until 2021. Now, Mbeumo's former strike partner Ivan Toney is on this list, but he's actually not even here as a former Brentford player. His story might actually be the most shocking of the lot, as he was actually playing in the third tier of English football in 2020 at the age of 24. Crazy, isn't it? He played for Peterborough United in the third tier between 2018 and 2020, and no surprise that he finished as the player of the season and the league's top scorer that season. He was just too good for that level. In 2020, he took a step up and moved to Brentford in the second division, and well, you know the story, he helped them come up to the Premier League and was able to do enough to earn some international caps in just a matter of years. Another striker who belongs on this list is Darwin Nunez. His time at Liverpool didn't do much for his reputation, but at Benfica, this guy was a proper marksman. In 2022, Nunez finished as the player of the season and top scorer in the Portuguese league, which was why Liverpool felt confident paying €75 million for him. But did you know that just 2 years before this, he was still in Spain's second division playing for Almeria? He had just moved from Uruguay in 2019 and his first stop was Spain. But he was so good that after just 1 year in the second tier, Benfica came calling for him. and after just 2 years in Benfica, Liverpool came to snatch him. It's just pretty unfortunate how things went for him in England, because this dude actually looked like he was on his way to take over the world. Now, remember we said there's a couple more Arsenal players on this list. Did you guess Eberechi Ease? If you did, then you're absolutely right. He's now seen as one of the best 10s in the league, and deservedly so, but just 5 years ago, he was still playing for QPR in the second tier of English football. At this point, he had never had a taste of first division football. In fact, in 2018, he was in the third division with Wycombe Wanderers. But 2020 was his last year in the lower leagues as Crystal Palace came to sign him and give him his first taste of Premier League football. Just 5 years later, he has a goal in an FA Cup final, an FA Cup medal, and a few England caps. How quickly things change in football, right? And we just cannot talk about Eze without talking about Michael Olise, can we? The Frenchman was also playing in the lower leagues in 2020, but back then, he and Eze weren't teammates just yet. While Eze was at QPR, Olise was at Reading and was there until 2021 when Palace came for him. In 2021, Olise was named EFL Young Player of the Season, but in just 3 years, he made a move to one of the biggest clubs on the planet and has been taking the world by storm from day one. Nothing but undeniable talent at play here. The next player on this list is Yoane Wissa, but unlike the other former Brentford players in this video, he never played in England's second division. He was actually in France while Brentford were in the lower leagues. He moved to League 2 Club Lorient in 2018 and was there until 2021 when the newly promoted Brentford came to sign him. And he quickly hit the ground running there, and he did enough to be able to leave as the club's all-time Premier League top scorer. Let's now wrap up with Ben White. It feels like he has been at Arsenal for a while now, so this might come as a shock to a lot of people. But yes, as recently as 2020, the defender was still playing in the second tier of English football while on loan at Leeds. Interestingly, he started the year 2019 in the third division playing for Peterborough United. He didn't make his Premier League debut until 2020, but that season was so good that at the end of it, Arsenal came in and bought him for £50 million. It caused a lot of outrage at the time because many fans and pundits could not make sense of Arsenal spending that much on a player who was in the lower divisions just a couple years ago, but he has since gone on to prove that he was indeed worth that amount, hasn't he? Are there more top players you know of who were recently playing in lower leagues? Feel free to drop their names in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now.